Hey, you guys. I know it's been a minute since we've talked, but I've been pretty busy. Um, this summer I've been growing many more plants than I did last year. I've been trying to sell them. Pretty successful. I realized it's getting pretty busy around here, so I actually do need people to come help me. So I've been trying to work on that, hiring people and whatnot. I did move my horse to another barn. She gets more out of it this way, and she gets a whole lot more attention from from more people than just me. And I know she loves it over there. And I also get to help out with this newborns program where they teach kids how to ride and take care of horses and all that good stuff. So I help out where I can with that. It's really awesome. It's called Blue Page Farms. If you want to do anything with the horse, probably check it out and just ask. They're super nice people. But I missed talking to you guys. So here I am talking to you guys while I'm on the treadmill. So I wanted to talk about, once again, letting yourself happen to life instead of letting life happen to you. You know, you are the sailor of your own sea. And it should always be that way, not the other way around. The sea should not sail you around. So, if there's something out there like wealth or a different lifestyle, or simply you just want to be the coolest person in the room at all times, if there's something out there that you desire, I'll tell you how to get it. So usually people go looking at this the total wrong way. They say that they want this thing so bad, and they really, really need that to happen, when that's not the thing to do. You see, if you say you want something, you're sending out to the universe, you're broadcasting the feeling of lack. You lack this. This is not in your life. Therefore, the universe is not going to send what you lack. It's just not going to do it. no matter how bad you want it or the intentions behind it, it's not gonna happen if you lack it. So, I know you're like, well, Bailey, if I lack something, how can I not want it? How's that make sense? Well, I'll tell you how. Instead of wanting it that bad, you have to declare that it is already yours. You have to act as if you already have it. Now, what's that look like? That doesn't look like putting yourself into debt because you can't afford what you might be able to afford later. But what this looks like, declaring it's already yours, what that looks like, it's you talking in a present form and making plans in a present form, even if they're plans for the future. For example, say, oh yeah, this next year I am making so-and-so, and that is giving me so much so-and-so, and it's making me feel so-and-so, so I'm going to keep doing it because I love that. And that's pretty much all. Because when you do that, it's a neurological phenomenon that happens. They can see it in CT scans. What happens is your brain sends out these signals and it displays that you already have the thing. So it's just going to stay with you. So there's no reason to take it away. You get me? I forget when it was. So there was a man in like 1910 or 1920, a long time ago, that wanted to study how particles were moving. So he set up this famous experiment. You may have heard about it. It's called the double slit experiment. And so what this man did, he cut 2 slits in the middle of this piece of paper, and he put it in front of a wall, a few inches away from a wall, and he fired a laser at these holes in this paper. Now, if there were 2 slits in a piece of paper and you fired a laser at that piece of paper, you would think that the protons and electrons of the little laser would end up in those 2 slits of paper, right? That's what he thought. because he thought that was how the lights of the laser behaved. But to his surprise, actually, the laser behaved like a wave, and it made marks all over the wall behind the two slits. Now the man was very confused. He was like, well, I know I'm firing a laser, I'm not firing a wave. And he was like, what's going on? Well, he put a device to observe what was going on. He put this device to watch as he fired the laser. And when he added the device, the laser acted just like he thought. The particles were going straight into the two slits. And as soon as he would take away the observer, they would go back to acting like a wave. And he did this multiple times just to make sure it wasn't an accident or something. And every time without fail, when he added the observer, that is annoying. There. Every time he would add the observer, the particles of the laser beam would change and go back into the straight lines like he thought they would be in. And every time he took the observer away, the particles would go back to being a wave. And he was like, oh, so they know they're being watched. That is what is known as the observer effect. And it's pretty cool that things know when they're being observed. This connects to another thing where neuroscience says that we only pay attention to 12% of the things we perceive every day. And that other 88% is still happening, but we're not paying attention to it. So, to us, it's not happening. So, that is to say, if you pay attention to the fact that you are a failure and you pay attention to the fact that you are depressed, that's gonna be your whole life. Everything else is still happening, but you don't pay attention. So if you think that you are super successful and super fulfilled and super happy, or super wealthy, that's your 12%. You're going to see the 88 other percent of that actually happening. It's just like when you buy a new car and suddenly you see your new car everywhere, even though you never saw it before. It's the same thing. You're paying attention to your 12%. Pretty amazing that you can actually shape your entire universe. I think it's really funny when people say that, no, I can't change my universe, only God can do that. That's another talk for another day. But you are the sailor of your own sea. So maybe, just maybe, start acting that way. Life isn't happening to you. You are happening to life. Alright, I hope that made all the sense to you. But if it did not, just ask. I'll reply, I promise. Alright, I love you guys. Have a great day. And don't forget